What's up guys, it's Bye here with another Rise of Kingdoms video. Today, I will be doing some testing to help you guys decide to whether or not you should be getting the Season 1 city skin, Twilight Force. This city skin gave you 5% skill damage increase and minus 10% infantry attack. You can get it by being top 20 honor ranking in Season 1 KVK, or you can save up your Season of Conquest coins to buy it out from the shop here. So, first, we'll look at a test for infantry focused player. So give me 1 second here. Turn this one off. And here. Okay. So this is an infantry test that I've. 1 second here. I need to remove something else as well. Sorry about that. Oh man. Okay. So this is a test for infantry focused player. In this test, I am using Guan Yu and Charmatel for testing. You might ask me, why do I pick Guan Yu and Charmatel? Because for infantry focused player, right? If you gonna be running 5 infantry marches, one thing you should know is that half of the infantry commanders do not do skill damage, and the other half kind of deal skill damage. So we have a Guan Yu deal skill damage. We can have a Sun Tzu deal skill damage. We have a Leo. We have a Heroes. Alex can also deal some skill damage as well. But there are some other commanders cannot do skill damage, like Charmatel, Richard, Constantine, right? So I would say about half of the commander for infantry players cannot benefit from the 5% skill damage increase. So that is the reason why for my kind of like my choice of pairing here, right? So I am picking one very strong, very high skill damage commander, which is Guan Yu, and the other one is pretty like no skill damage, which is Charmatel. So on the left hand side, we have a 5% skill damage increase city skin being used with a minus 10% infantry attack. And on the right hand side, I am using a 5% infantry health city skin. So let's go right to here. So as you can see here, let me see here, 1 second. So because of this one, I am using 5% health, right? You can compare the damage here. So the one I am using the 5% health, I am taking less damage compared to the ones that I am using 5% skill damage. Like, makes sense, right? Because the more health you have, the less damage you take. So that is the first one. The second one you need to pay attention to is the damage for the normal attack. So the 5% health city skin also deal more normal damage to the target because it does not have that minus 10% infantry attack. So on this side here, the normal attack damage is also lower because of the minus 10% infantry attack here. So that is something you need to keep in mind. So let's watch it here a little bit more. Maybe until we see some skill damage. Okay, so let's look at this one here. So 4171 and this one is 4245, right? So as you can see, right, with the 5% skill damage increase city skin, the left hand side deal more skill damage, about 120, not even 120, it's like 70 more skill damage only, right? Let's keep watching here. So 4245 compared to like 4171, right? Let's see here. This one 479 and the other one is 4144. Pretty even there. But you can see that the left hand side definitely deal more skill damage compared to the right hand side, which use the 5% infantry health. But right now, you can also pay attention to this one right here, right? It's been fighting for some time here. You can see that on this side, oh, never mind here. So on this side, so as of right now, the number of unit is kind of still pretty the same. On this side, the 5% health is kind of doing slightly better with more unit left. For this one, I think it might let's play a little bit more here. Maybe we'll go a little bit deeper. Play a little bit more here. So we are about halfway to the battle here, and as now you can see that like on this side, I have a more unit remaining, about 1,000 more comparing to the one with 5% skill damage and minus 10% attack here, and I am also killing more. About the same here in terms of like killing the number of units that I kill, but it's kind of like still, I would say still pretty even. So let's keep watching until the end here to see who kill more units and who have more troop left at the end. So maybe I can speed things up a little bit here. Let's go all the way to the end here. Oh, maybe too much. All right. So okay. So on the right hand side, the Guan Yu and Chromatel with the 5% health actually finish before the one on the left hand side, right? And I also have more unit remaining, so I have 149 unit remaining here compared to 143 unit remaining on the other side using the 5% skill damage increase. And I have finished killing the target already. On this side, there are still like 2,451 unit left. So like overall, right? Overall, the 5% health outperforming the 5% health outperforming the 5% skill damage increase, and minus 10% attack for infantry focused player. And one thing you need to keep in mind is that Guan Yu is a commander with a very high skill damage. And even with like a very high skill damage commander, you cannot make up for that minus 10% attack right there. So that is one thing you need to keep in mind. So like if you like an infantry focused player and you are thinking of getting that legendary Twilight Force city skin, I recommend you not to get it. It's not gonna work very well for you if you're an infantry focused player. It might work for you if you can get. I think there is another legendary city skin that give 5% skill damage with minus 10% cavalry stat boost. It's that skill might work. But I don't think it's gonna be very benefit. I don't think it's gonna work very well for infantry focused player because, as I said before, half of our commanders do not do skill damage, and like you have to run some commanders that have very high skill damage to benefit from the skill damage C skin. So another reason why I am doing this testing today, because we are going to get 2 more legendary infantry commanders, and both of the new infantry commanders can deal skill damage. And that is the reason why I want to go back to the test today to do some testing for the skill damage. Okay, so that is for infantry focused player. The next one I want to show you guys is okay, 1 second here. So the next one I want to show you guys is just like, what if you're not an infantry focused player? What if you do like a cavalry focused player or like an archer focused player, or you just want a mixed troop? So here is another test here for you guys. So on this test, I am running a 5% skill damage increase for my cavalry marches here. I am using Cao Cao and Sun Tzu. So both of these two commanders have pretty decent amount of skill damage. Cao Cao 1300 skill damage, Sun Tzu 1000 skill damage here. There could be some other commander with a higher skill damage, but because there are too many like RNG factor in there, so that is why I am picking Cao Cao and Sun Tzu here for testing. But definitely, right, if you go run some other commanders with higher skill damage output, it can definitely affect the outcome at the end here. But here, just to show you guys the comparison here. One side is 5% skill damage increase, and the other side is a 5% health, cavalry health increase here. So let's go right into it here and see some of the damage. All right. So first number we are looking at a normal attack damage, 770. Normal attack damage here also 770, right? So there are no skill damage in there is no normal attack stat increase here, so it doesn't affect your normal attack damage. So one side, right, both sides dealing 770 damage here at the beginning. And you can also looking at okay. So here we are looking at the damage taken. 9, 10, 8, 8, 5. So on the left hand side, because you do not have any stat boost, no health stat boost, no defense stat boost, you are taking more damage here, so 9 and 10 damage. On the right hand side, because I am using a 5% cavalry health increase, I am taking slightly less damage here, 885 comparing to 9 and 10. So that is just to show you guys that I am using two different skin here for the test. So next one, we're gonna look at some of the skill damage. Look at Sun Tzu's skill damage here. So 1957 for Sun Tzu with the skill damage on the left side. Actually go back a little bit. Let's look at Cao Cao's skill damage instead. Okay, so Cao Cao's skill damage here is 3476. So the one that I am using 5% skill damage, the damage output is 3476. Compared to the other side, I am not using the skill damage increase here. I am dealing 3355. So about 120 more skill damage here. So the one with 5% skill damage CD skin dealing 120 more damage comparing to the one with 5% health CD skin here. So let's keep on watching here and see who's gonna perform better here. Is it going to be the 5% skill damage increase CD skin, or is it going to be the 5% health stat increase here? Let's keep watching here. Maybe I can fast forward a little bit here, right? So this kind of you guys got a pretty solid idea already. But now let me kind of fast forward it until the end here for you guys, so that you know who is performing better here. So as of right now, right? Like before it even finished, right? Before it even finished here, we can clearly see that, right? The 5% CD health skin, like I am having 78,000 troop left, comparing to this one right here, which is the 5% skill damage increase for CD skin, only 7,000, only 71,000 troop left here. So it's like a 7,000 troop difference right there. And you can look at here, right, this number as well. So there's like 86,000 troop left here for this mermaid, and only 85,000 troop left here for the other side. So the one with 5% health increase actually deal more damage comparing to the one with 5% skill damage increase. So even though the 5% health doesn't have any like stats that increase more damage, right? Doesn't have stats that increase more attack. But because as the battle go on, just because I am going to have a more troop remaining, I'm gonna be able to outperform, outdamage the marches that using 5% skill damage increase. So let's keep going here, keep watching here again until the end. So just to confirm that who's going to be the winner here in Z2 CD testing. Uh, I think I run out of time here. I think I run out of time here for this test, but as you can see, right, the right side, uh, the right hand side for that test definitely perform a lot better than the left hand side, right? Um, so with that, let me go back into the game here. Where is it? Oh, crap. Here. Okay, I am back. So with the testing, what can I tell you guys? So for the test that I was using Cao Cao and Sanzu, right? The result might be a little bit more in favor of the skill damage CD skin if you have a stronger commander with higher skill damage. So there are a lot of commanders that can deal like more than 1800 skill damage. So though, well, with those commanders, if you got a test using those commanders, you can definitely can definitely see like slightly better results, I would say. Cao Cao and Sanzu testing is just because I don't want to see any kind of like RNGs that involving into like, or sometimes you deal more damage, sometimes you don't. So that is being said, right? I definitely think that like the 5% skill damage increase CD skin, right? The Twilight Force doesn't work very well if you like an one single troop type focused player. Let's say if you like an infantry focused player, I definitely don't think it work well for you because of that even that infantry attack minus 10% as well. You definitely don't wanna take the CD skin. For like cavalry players, if you have some like very like you have a lot of commanders that can deal with very high skill damage, right? I think Genghis Khan can deal pretty high skill damage, right? Let me go back into the game real quick here. Quickly show you guys. So if some of the commander can deal very high skill damage, they might be able to perform better comparing to some of the other commanders that doesn't deal very high skill damage. So Saturn, right? Saturn also deal like 1400 skill damage. You can see right here my Cao Cao is dealing what 1400 skill damage as well. I think Saturn expertise is 1700, which is pretty good. Cao Cao, Genghis Khan dealing 1700 damage here as well, and he has a chance to deal more skill damage as well. So like when you run the test using like a commander with a stronger skill damage bonus increase, you might see a little bit of a different result right there. So the skill damage C skin might work better for this commander. That is just something you need to keep in mind. So from what I'm from that being said, right? If you are considering getting like if you are like considering to like getting this CD skin, right? The Twilight Force. And like if you are running a single troop type, like I would say like this CD skin can work. I would say it can work well if you like an archer focused player. Because archer focused player you could deal a lot of skill damage, right? I think there are a lot of like high skill damage commander for archer, but at the same time, I think like even for like a 5% health increase for archer will definitely perform better than this one in mass open field fighting. I would say. Like I am not a big fan. I am not a big fan of the Twilight Force series skin if you like a single troop type focused player. So like what do I think, right? Like who do I think this skill can work on? Like because it's here for a reason, right? If it's not that good, then nobody would use it, right? So like, who should be using this Twilight Force series skin? In my opinions, right? If you're not a single troop type focused player, this skin can work for you. So for example, if your fire march is set up, you're running let's say for example you're running 2 infantry marches, 2 cavalry marches here, and 1 archer marches, something like that. The Twilight Force can work for you. Why? So let's do some math here, right? So let's say if I am running 100% infantry, and I'm using the Twilight Force series skin. I am getting so 5 marches of infantry times skill damage 5%. That is a 25% skill damage increase for all 5 marches, right? And I am also getting a minus 50% attack as well for all of my 5 marches there, right? So 25% skill damage for minus 10%, minus 50% infantry attack. Uh, Definitely not a very good trade-off there in my opinions. So like for example, if you going to run like a 5 cavalry marches here, you're going to get 25% skill damage increase, right, for all your cavalry marches and with no negative effect, right? Sounds pretty good, right? And um so if you go run 5 cavalry marches, and if you use the Twilight Force CD skin, you gonna get 25% skill damage increase. And if you gonna use like a 5% cavalry health CD skin, you're going to get a 25% cavalry health. So it's like a comparison between a 25% skill damage increase with a 25% health increase. And if that's the case, if you like a single troop type, I definitely think that the 25% health increase will definitely work better. But what if you're running 2 cavalry marches, 2 infantry marches, and 1 archer marches? If that's the case, so if you go run 5 different marches like that, and you go use the Twilight Force CD skin, you are still going to get 25% skill damage increase for all of your 5 marches right there. So each march going to get 5% skill damage increase, all 5 marches going to get that 25% skill damage increase. And oh, so 25% skill damage increase and minus 10% infantry attack, because you gonna be running 2 infantry marches, right? So there will be a 25% skill damage increase and minus 20% infantry attack. And if you're going to use like a 5% health stat boost increase CD skin for your 2 cavalry marches, 2 infantry marches setup, and 1 archer marches setup, you will only able to get 10%. A 10% health 10% carry health increase only. So here you got 25% skill damage increase with minus 10% infantry attack, minus 20% infantry attack versus 10% health increase only for cavalry. So in that case, the Twilight Force might work better. And if you run even less infantry, the Twilight Force can work even better there for you, because they're not going to be like a negative effect right there. So for example, if you're gonna be running 2 cavalry marches and 3 archer marches right there. So let's say 2 cavalry, 3 archer. So now you're going to get 25% skill damage increase on all your 5 marches with no negative effect whatsoever. And if you're going to use like let's say a 5% archer health increase CD skin, so you're running 2 cavalry and 3 archer marches there, so you only get 15% health increase only. So now you are comparing a 25% skill damage increase with only 15% health increase there. So in that case, the 25% skill damage increase will definitely work better than the 5%, than the 15% health increase right there. So that is where the Twilight Force can work better comparing to the other city skins that gave like health stat boost or defense stat boost. Anyway guys, I hope you guys find this video helpful. I've been talking a lot. Thanks for watching guys.